Okay, welcome to the Spotlight. This is Fourth Down Magazine's weekly little fireside chat with the movers and shakers that are actually on the field. We're talking the football field in the Mid-Penn Conference. I'm Andy Shay. I'm going to moderate for us this week again. This is week 4. Technically, I call it week 3 because you played 3 games, but it is week 4 because you're heading into your 4th game. Our guest this week, he wears number 13 for the West Perry Mustangs, who, by the way, are 3-0 after an impressive 24-0 whitewash on the road against a very tough to beat Juniata team. I'd like to please welcome the QB1 for the Mustangs. He is junior Marcus Quaker to the Spotlight. Marcus, thank you for joining us. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me on here. I really appreciate it.
That's it. I love your sort of mobile studio that you're working from today. So we really appreciate the time. I know you're after practice and you got somewhere else to go. So you're jumping in the car with us and knocking it out. So this is how it's going to work, Marcus. I'm going to have a little chat with you. I'm going to ask you some fun questions about you, about the Mustangs. Then at the end, I'm going to put you on the spotlight hot seat for a few short answer questions. That's how we're going to close it out. But before I start knocking out some questions at you, let me throw a few of the 2022 stats for the Mustangs QB1 at you. Through the air, Marcus has completed 33 of 48 passes, 505 yards, 6 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. His completion percentage is hovering around 70%. That's up from last year. He's also got 238 yards on the ground. He averages 8.5 yards per carry and has another 5 touchdowns. He's got nearly 750 total yards and 11 touchdowns accounted for in 3 games to lead a Mustangs offense that is averaging a nifty and tidy 38 points a game. Okay, Marcus, are you ready to start firing away?
Yes, sir.
All right. Last year you played, right? You got in, you threw for more than 1,200 yards last year. You got some valuable experience. You weren't like everyday quarterback all season like you are now. You are the
Right.
one now. So what's the jump for you? What do you know that you're doing better in your mind that definitely stands out for you this year as compared to last year?
I think one of the most important things for me is reading the defenses. That's something I've struggled with my freshman and sophomore year. Last year was, getting up to the line, reading defenses. That's something that I have really succeeded in this year. I'm getting better with walking up to the line, knowing if I have to adjust to anything. So I would say reading the defenses is definitely my biggest impact so far and improvement.
And that when you say that, it makes sense that your completion percentage, I think it was around 58 or 59 last year,
Right.
out of the gate 70 because you know where you're going, you're seeing it, and you're playing more pitch and catch. Am I right?
Yeah. Yep. You're 100% right.
All right, so you were back. Trent was back at the running back. You had
Yep.
a top target back in Ian Goodling, who, by the way, is also one of the best kickers in the conference. In case you were wondering and didn't know it, I mean that is a wicked combo. That is a 3-headed monster at skill positions, but lost in sort of all that sort of points and yards that you guys have been putting up this year. You got a couple seniors up front. You had 3 linemen back. You had 3 guys in the trenches up front. That's a lot of firepower. You got skill position players back with experience and some pop, and you got some senior and some leadership and some experience up front. My question I want to ask you is how good can this offense be? Or maybe in your opinion, how good is this offense and why?
This offense is extremely dangerous, and the reason I say that is because we run the veer, so we run a lot of option, a lot of run pass option type stuff. Our offense is very explosive. We have 2 very good wide receivers, 2 very good running backs. Our fullback is like 6'2", roughly 200 pounds, and he can move. Trent Herrera in the backfield, he runs like he's 180 pounds, but we have so many different formations to go off, and we have so many different plays, and it really makes the defense think of like what they're trying to do. So this offense is going to be very, very dangerous this year.
You had serious experience on the offensive side of the ball coming into the season. 3-0 record means, hey, that experience is playing off. 38 points a game. We're winning with offense. But your defense was a little bit of a different story this year. I mean, you had linebackers and you had guys back in the secondary. You knew that. But up front, it was probably for lack of a better term, it was a pretty much a total overhaul. But yet you held Juniata to less than 100 yards of offense, and they're not an explosive offense, but still,
Right.
anytime you hold anybody less than 100, that's some good work on defense. You got 2 shutouts in 3 games. What are you seeing from the defense that strikes you that is different this year as compared to last year that is really making a difference?
Honestly, these group of guys, they're busting their butts on both sides of the ball. But defensively, I give a lot of our credit to our defensive coordinator, Coach Folk. He is constantly pushing our guys to be the best they can. No one walks on the field, and like I said, I give a lot of credit to our defensive coordinator and also our guys on defense for just working so hard and just doing what they're being asked.
So it's important for a quarterback to have a really good quarterback coach, and West Perry's got one, I think. And I want to know what he's Kyle Ream, right? He played at West Perry back in the early 2000s. I'm going to say that he's got kind of like a coaching pedigree, I guess, in his blood. You could say his father was Al Ream, the Mustangs coach, long time. He's now a Hall of Fame, Pennsylvania Sports Hall of Fame, West Shore chapter, not inductee. He's been put in the Hall of Fame. Unbelievable career. He's one of the best guys I ever knew and had the pleasure to work with in all my years. But I just want to tell you, did you know that your quarterback coach is one of only 3 Mustang quarterbacks to throw for 3,000 or more career yards?
I did not know that. No, I did not.
And that was before the spread offense. That was like in 2003, 2004, 2005. So that was in the early 2000s. So Kyle was a really good quarterback. I think he went to Bloomsburg and played some college ball there. He was really good. But as a coach, what has he done for you as a quarterback coach that's topped your list and made you better? Because I know he's really important and has been really important to your development from your sophomore year to your junior year.
Coach Ream he's an awesome person. He's an awesome coach, and I think more importantly, he's just so positive with all of our quarterbacks. He's never out there to harp on us for the mistakes that we make. He's always positive, and he constantly he pushes us. He puts together a lot of drills, and puts together a lot of hard work and time away from his family so that he can make us the best quarterbacks that we can to come out of West Perry. But just his commitment and sacrifices that he makes towards being the quarterback coach is really a blessing to have on our football team.
So you have 3 interceptions this year. I already said that. I'm just going to throw this one out there. How many of them are your fault, or like, man, that one really ticked me off? And how sometimes guys just on the other team make better plays. You know what I mean?
So
you're like, if I threw 3 of them, 2 of them were my fault. One of them was the other guy being better. What do you think of your 3 picks? I'm just curious because quarterbacks are the most self-critical of their interception.
Right.
All the touchdowns, you guys want to talk about your picks.
Right. I take full responsibility for 2 out of the 3 of my interceptions. The first interception against Susquehanna, I was trying to put too much touch on it and it just fell short. That one was my fault. And then I had 2 interceptions against Juniata. One of them was my fault. I just kind of threw it too high. I kind of let it go too late. That one was on me. But the last interception I threw was kind of we ran a slant, and our receiver, it kind of went through his hands and hit him in the helmet. And then it kind of popped up, and the defense just made a good play off of that.
Yep, 50-50 ball. Okay. I want to ask you, Marcus, who's the baller on your team? You're speaking as a quarterback. Who's the guy on your team that's flying under the radar, in your opinion? So you can't say Trent. Who is that guy that you think is doing really good work for you guys, sort of under the radar? That's really important that you guys know is important to your team. Who is it, and why do you call him out?
I'm probably gonna say Dylan Gutschall. He's one of our other wide receivers. I know his name's not out there as much as Ian is because Ian's stats are kind of out there. But Dylan, he's playing his butt off on defense, and also he's probably one of the most athletic kids that we have on our football team. Whether people see it or not, he runs good routes. He studies his plays. He knows what he's doing. He's helping us out on defense and offensively. So that's another kid who's flying under the radar, and his name's going to be out there this year as well.
All right, 3-0 this week. I'll ask you a little bit about the opponent you got coming up. You're playing 1-2 Trinity this week. You guys are 3-0. So not winning this game would be an upset, right? No, actually, I'm just joking. The T-Rocks are one of those 1-2 teams who, if you look at them and just say, oh, they're 1-2, let's judge them by their record, you would be making a terrible, terrible mistake. But
Right.
what are some of the keys for you guys you've talked about and focused on this week as you get ready to take on Trinity on Friday night?
Honestly, I mean, from the offensive side, just limit our turnovers, limit penalties. We've had multiple touchdowns get called back this year. Just stupid penalties and turnovers. But honestly, I mean, if we just, like I said, limit our turnovers on offense, I'm confident we can hang 35 to 42 points on Trinity. They're a very good football team, but I'm telling you, I might sound crazy, but I'm confident our team can hang 35 or 42 on Trinity.
Okay, I'm just going to put it out there that why Missing only scored 35 against them last week, and why Missing scores 49 on everybody, it seems. But that's a bold call. I like it. Confidence is never a bad thing. All right, Marcus, we are going to throw you on the hot seat. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
What's your favorite home cooked meal?
My favorite home cooked meal. Oh boy. Probably spaghetti squash.
Sweet. Okay, so money is no obstacle. You can go any place in the world. Where are you going on your adventure?
Iceland.
Thank you. Okay, did I miss that? Did you say Iceland?
Yes, sir.
All right,
Iceland.
I'm sorry I missed that. Geez,
No,
I was
you're
waiting for
fine.
the answer and I missed it. That was my fault.
No, you're fine.
Iceland, that's an awesome choice. So is it college football on Saturday or NFL football on Sunday for you? Which one?
College football.
Your favorite sports team, any sport?
Baltimore Ravens.
The one word that best describes you?
Generous.
Generous, nice. All right, you're going to Sheets. What's your go-to order? Give it to me.
Buffalo chicken platter.
Any sides?
Large.
Large. Any side dishes?
No side dishes.
No side dishes. All right. Thank you very much for your time, Marcus. That'll do it. Good luck to you in the Mustangs as you go forward this season. Stay healthy and play well this week against Trinity. And we really appreciate your time. And go enjoy the field hockey game you want to go see.
Thanks for having me on, guys. I appreciate it.
All right. That was Marcus Quaker, QB1 for the West Perry Mustangs, joining us on the spotlight. Make sure you check out all our high school football content on fourthdownmagazine.com. Follow along on social media or check out our YouTube page. For Adam, he's hiding behind the Zoom curtain. I'm your moderator, Andy Shay, and we will see ya.